Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm accompanied by Dean at Lot 46 Design Co., a local leather maker here in Bowness. Let's get into it. Sweet deal, man. Well, Dean, thank you so much for having me, man. I actually love the shop, and that's no joke.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell me a little bit what you've got going on here, because super unique.
Yeah, well, like you said, the shop. We just moved into this house not that long ago, just a little over a year, and I think the garage was what sold us on it. To be honest with you, I've got a furnace in here, and I said if I'm going to move here, I need to turn this into something. And so Lot 46 Design Co. Where did that come from? It's kind of a mishmash, and I've had that business name in my mind for a long time, to be honest with you. And the lot is kind of like a nod to my daughter. Her name's Charlotte, so the lot comes from that.
Wow.
And then the 46 was the year that my dad was born. And so where I plan on going with this, and the initial intent was to be a furniture maker and get into woodworking.
Really?
My dad's a master furniture maker. And has just been able to produce incredible things. And it's actually his birthday today. He's just turning 76. And so he's kind of getting out of the game of woodworking, and he's not really doing it all that much. He'd rather be golfing. And so he's like, I'm either going to give all of my tools away, or do you want them? And I'm like, yes, not only do I want your tools, but I want your knowledge too. Show me how to do these things. I want to be able to produce and make the things that you do.
Wow.
And so while I've been sort of waiting for the tools and all that stuff to come, he lives in Ontario, and I got the logistics of all that, whatever else. I just kind of, like a lot of people, I think in the lockdowns of COVID and all these other kinds of things and scrolling YouTube, I just kind of came across leatherworking videos and fell in love with the material and the process and what people were able to make out of just a hide of leather with some tools and some glue and some patterns. And I'm like, I think I could do that.
Wow.
And so I just gave it a shot.
Yeah, it is super unique, man. And I love that you're doing it local in Bowness and in your garage and all these very awesome designs. So why don't you tell me a little bit how it started? Obviously with the YouTube videos, what did you start doing first?
Yeah, I thought, okay, well, where do I acquire these tools? And so again, sort of lockdown, and I guess, thank God we're in the 21st century, you can order pretty much anything you want off of Amazon. And so, okay, well, that leather maker was using that hammer or that mallet and these irons and this thread. I just started outsourcing some of these things, and I said to myself, because I've gotten into things before, as we all have, and you kind of, you get too far ahead of yourself, and you're buying all this stuff, and then you don't really get into it. So I said, if I'm going to get into something, let's just get a few things and keep it as cheap as possible.
That's smart. Yeah.
And so I just kind of dabbled here and there, and then I thought, okay, well, I got to kind of break the seal at some point in time. And so I just made little models out of paper. And just if I cut out this design and then folded it like that, if I can make it out of paper and it looks like a bag, I should be able to sew that together like these guys and make it happen. And so again, I researched where can I get leather supplies in Calgary, and there's a couple of shops around, and Tandy Leather is where I get most of my stuff. And so just went there and okay, I'm going to buy this and go for it. And so just basically started off with a tote bag, which is a fairly simple pattern, and just fudged my way through it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So what's your most popular design? Would you say would be the tote bag?
Yeah, the tote bags have been the most popular, and then I've just started doing them where I can vary the strap, and so do a crossbody version. And then just again through time and through experimentation and learning, I've been able to well, let's modify this pocket, or let's add this pocket, or let's put this over here.
Super customizable.
And super customizable. And in fact, there was a pop-up market back in August in Bowness at the BCA, and just got custom orders. And I'm not not custom in the sense that hey, could you do this purse with this zipper and this line? And I'm like, no, I can't do that right now. I'm not able to do that. But could you make that tote bag out of blue leather with orange thread? 100%.
Interesting.
And instead of having that pocket over there, could I have it over there, or this and that? And so that's easy for me to do right now. And again, I'm not pulling the wool over people's eyes in the sense of saying, oh, I can do that, no problem, when I know I can't.
Fair.
So I'm just kind of saying, here's my limits. Here's what I can produce right now. If you want to sort of modify it with color or strap length or different colored rivets, No problem.
I love that. And I love how you brought up the BCA, because I actually brought my wallet today, because that's where I got this wallet from. It's super convenient, very simplistic. I love the stitching and the leather.
So you can see how it's already starting to mold around the things that you're putting in.
Yeah, it's true, actually. It is actually a gorgeous wallet, and I like it a lot. So you're obviously very present in the community. You're going to a lot of different pop-up events.
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up down the pipeline, or?
We just Nathan and Joshua, who organized Discover Bowness, just had their event down at the Lions Hall. Yep. That was a great turnout. Lots of people, food trucks. There was a guy playing music outside. It was a great event. Had a great time there. And then, of course, I got in on the, I'm not sure if it's called the Winter Market or the Christmas Market at the BCA on November 12th and 13th.
Perfect.
So that's going to be my next show. And I could do a whole lot more, I'm sure. But what I'm liking is the gaps in between are going to allow me to, take notes of what people were looking at, what people were commenting on at the last event, and then I can either make more of those things and or give me some time to experiment, and then maybe come up with some new things for the next show.
Right, because we even had a conversation that there's a possibility that you could get a tool belt. Potentially.
Yeah, you were asking me about that, and then I've had somebody else asking me, actually the girls from the Bonesian Flower Farm are asking me to make them customized holsters for some of their tools for cutting and shears and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm going to be looking into that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So tell me what makes your leather different. I mean, you're a local guy, you're a small business, but what makes your leather special?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just sort of new into this industry, but when I go to the leather shop, like I'm looking, there's a ton out there, and you can get all sorts of things. I mean, even ostrich leg leather you can buy, which is the funkiest looking stuff.
Yeah, really.
But I'm looking for that really rugged stuff, and I really like this oil tan leather, just the way that it's tanned and it's made. It is rugged. It is meant to be beat up. It is meant to last a long time, and that's again what I'm here to do. I'm not just looking to do this because I'm wanting to make a buck. I'm looking to make good quality things that will last forever. And I've even had people comment about some of my bags saying that this is something that will last for generations. This is something that you'd be able to hand down.
That's super cool.
Even my handles that I'm making for my bags is a water buffalo hide. It feels like tire rubber. It's so sturdy and so strong, and that's what I'm looking to do. And maybe it's because I'm a guy and I like some of those rugged leather things, but I'm just looking to make that, as I say, like that good quality rugged leather that if it gets beat up or thrown around or whatever else, it's not going to matter. And so that's what I'm looking for when I'm buying my leather.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you got a lot going on. How can people follow your journey? Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a website?
I'm just kind of getting into this. I do have an Instagram page. It's at Lot 46 Design Co. I don't have a website as of yet, but again, as I'm starting to, I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew. I'm just trying to, I guess I've heard people say, organically grow this. Again, I'm just looking to, it's at the hobby stage right now, if you will. Yeah. And so I'm just looking to sort of slowly make my way into it and not stress myself out or put any pressure on myself unnecessarily. So at Lot 46 Design on Instagram is a great place to see some of my images and see some of the things that I'm doing. Again, I'm trying to go attend as many markets and things like that I can, particularly here in Bowness and locally as much as possible. So that, or hey, come by my house, come by the shop. When the weather's nice, I usually have the garage door open and some tunes on, and the fridge is full of beer most of the time. Nice. So swing on by, yeah.
I will definitely come over. To be honest, I'll actually come over and build a bag with you. I think that's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me. I think that this is such a cool idea and such a cool product. So for anyone out there that's interested, make sure to follow Dean on Instagram. Reach out, come over to his house for a beer, and learn a little bit about leather making. So once again, man, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I really hope that this interview takes off and you can get a couple cool custom orders.
Appreciate it.
Right on. Awesome. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again.